Jagriti Yatra, world's largest entrepreneurship train journey. 15 days, 8,000 kilometers and 525 participants on board. We pause at remarkable locations to meet real-life superheroes. SRP Superheroes brought to you by Jagriti Yatra and an investor education and awareness initiative of HDFC Mutual Fund. For over 2 decades on the border of Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu, a man set out with the belief that industry, when built with patience and purpose, can transform regions. What began as a vision has grown into Sri City, an integrated industrial ecosystem creating livelihoods. Years of steady effort and long-term commitment turned an idea into a city. As the Jagriti Yatra train arrives at Sri City, we hear from the superhero himself as he shares his journey of impact.
You were born and raised in a village. Later, you did your civil engineering. You further studied and did your master's in environmental sciences. Why did you choose to come back to India?
I belong to this area, backward area for both education-wise and also agriculture in sense. That's why when I went to US after civil engineering, I went to do first water resources because this area was till recently only rain-fed crops. There was no irrigation system. So my dream at that point was to go and study water resource engineering and bring irrigation projects to this area so that the farmers from which the community came from can have guaranteed crops. There were times our families, when the monsoon fails, they were losing money. So with that inspiration, I went to US. We kind of gave rise to do some business in India. That is how the Sri City thought came up.
I want to understand what was that one moment, what was the one trigger point when you said that I want to build a city out of scratch?
There is need for 100 Sri cities in India today. That is the kind of demand to kind of meet the aspirations of our growing young population and aspirations of the otherwise we will either import a lot of goods from overseas and we'll have a lot of unemployment. Services alone cannot meet the demand. So manufacturing is the easy one to give jobs for rural youth. Land acquisition was more of a easy thing for us because we selected the right area, we had the right connections to kind of convince them that we'll develop and give the jobs. And today, almost every person who gave us the land has some job or the other here. Until then, there were people who were migrating to other nearby towns or cities. Now, reverse migration is happening. Now, a lot of people are coming back wherever they're working before, and they're finding jobs here.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Thank you.
How do we develop in a way wherein we are complementing the nature and not competing with it? And in a way, what we see in Sri City, it's definitely complementing the nature. What do you have to say about it?
We didn't want to have any pollution here. That's why we have chosen only green and orange industries here. That's why when you are going around, you don't see any smoke anywhere. You don't have any mineral processing or petroleum or chemical industries here. By choice, we have taken only green and orange industries, which are non-polluting in nature.
All these yatris have been shortlisted from a pool of 70,000 applications that we have received this year. 525 of them are some of the finest minds who will again go back to their own community. Your consistent effort, it's not a one-day success. It is a consistent effort that you have put, which now you're able to see in real impact and real success. But it took several years. So what do you have to say about it? That all it takes is small, consistent steps to see real impact.
So you have to be strategic in your selection, whatever you do. I think the two things I always stress is sincerity and hard work. 99% you will success with those two.
SRP Superheroes brought to you by Jagriti Yatra and an investor education and awareness initiative of HDFC Mutual Fund. Like Dr. Ravindra Sannareddy's journey of building Sri City, big journeys never start big. They start with one step, repeated consistently. Small actions, steady efforts, and a long-term commitment. This is what transforms lives. This is what builds future. This is what SIP stands for. Start small, stay consistent, grow with purpose. Because consistency is the real superpower. When life itself is like an SIP, why not have an SIP for life as well? SIP Superheroes brought to you by Jagriti Yatra and an investor education and awareness initiative of HDFC Mutual Fund. Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.